Hello there, it's me, CriterioNate, the guy who's been talking to you for another 100 spine numbers. This is a sort of a wrap-up video that we do. I've been doing the end of every season. I come down and talk to you guys, and we chat about things, give you facts, and we look over things and all that good stuff. And so yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed watching the movies we saw in my reviews, subsequent reviews. But basically, let me give you some facts here. So this is just me, as I like to do. I like to write down facts and write them to you here. So probably the most popular, the most represented movie were all English movies. I counted about 45 that use English or have English listed on them. Second is French, 25. Japanese with 18. Let's see, then Italian, we had 5 Italian movies, 3 Spanish, 2 Polish, and then 3 in silent. What were they? There were the 2 Paul Robeson films, and then Pandora's Box. And then the others were, there was 1 Russian, that was Ivan's Childhood, 1 that used Serbo-Croatian, that was WR. Mandarin, I think that was one of the Kon Ichikawa movies, or maybe it was, I think that was Yi. Was that Yi? I can't remember now. I have to look up. Yeah, that was Mandarin. Yeah, Yi was Mandarin. Burmese, that was the Burmese harp. Swedish was the Virgin Spring. So yeah. What else? Shortest film we saw was The Bakery Girl Among Kyo, 23 minutes, and then was La Jetée, 27 minutes, and then Paul Robeson, Portrait of an Artist, 29 minutes. Then the longest movie is Yi, which ran 173 minutes, and then Ran, which was 160 minutes, and then An Angel at My Table, which was 158 minutes. Probably the most represented director, by default, was Eric Romer with the 6 Moral Tales, because each one was a separate spine number. I'm inclined to include them all and all that good stuff. And then Louis Malle was a runner-up with 4. He had the 3 films, Au revoir les enfants, La Comme Lucienne, Murmur of the Heart, and then Elevated Gallows. The earliest film we saw was Body and Soul, and then Pandora's Box and Borderline. Body and Soul was 1925, Pandora's Box was 1929, and Borderline was 1930. And then the latest film, the closest to the most recent film we've seen, was The Beals of Grey Garden, which was 2006. Then Symbiote Psychotoxicplasm Take 2.5, which was 2003. And then Yi, which was 2000. And yeah, so anyway, those are some fun facts. Do with them what you want. And yeah, so anyway, let's talk about this season. Let's talk about what we saw. First of all, let me just say this. This was probably the easiest year, movie-wise. There were a lot of good movies. I'm surprised. I mean, the thing is, when I decided to do this whole 100, do them all in 100 chunks, you split them up, depending on, regardless of how I split it up, there are going to be good movies and bad. But it's surprising just, if I'm sticking to this 100 thing, which I may not if you've seen the tail end of the Stranger Than Paradise, the season finale, if you will. I discussed whether or not I'm going to keep doing the 100 thing, and if I'm going to keep, I may keep going this spring, the rest of the spring and summer, maybe doing 1 or 2 a week rather than doing, as many as I can. Just so I can, get closer to it, because the end, we're getting close to, we're coming up to 4, we finished 400, and Criterion, by the end of this month, will probably, by the end of the year, maybe by the end of the summer, they'll be over 900 in the spine numbers. And so I'm like, okay, a couple of weeks ago, I had to sit down and think, okay, am I really going to keep doing this? Am I ever going to get caught up if I take a couple of months off, and I don't do anything, and they keep releasing movies, that'll be at least 25, 30 movies they release, maybe less, because usually they release they re-release some, they re-release a couple every usually every month. They release one or two re-release, or they put one out on Blu-ray. They're trying to steadily upgrade their collection. So yeah, so again, I may be, but it's funny, when I was started off, I was looking at the grades, looking at my gradings, and there's way too many good movies. That's a great thing. That's fantastic. That's what made this season definitely the easiest. There were a lot of good movies. And I'm still, at this time of this filming this, I'm still trying to figure out what my top 28 are. I'm still trying to, I think I've got the 28. I just need to rank them, and it's really difficult because there's such good movies, and it's like, it's just hard to decide. So yeah, again, we saw some really great movies. A lot of movies that, I feel like there were a lot of movies that I really liked, but there weren't necessarily ones I wanted to watch again and again and again. Movies that I really enjoyed, like Ugetsu. Ugetsu is one that I really liked, but that's one that, and a great story, but it's not one that I necessarily want to own and watch multiple times, Same thing with The Man Who Fell to Earth, Rest in peace, David Bowie. But I feel like that movie just didn't, I guess it didn't hit me the way I thought it was going to. So I may not be picking that one up. That, and it's out of print. And that's something else I forgot to mention. I forgot to count how many movies are, at the time of this filming, out of print. So let me pull up the Criterion, because I think I did that last season. I took down how many, or let me see here. How many out of print ones we have? Man Who Fell to Earth, Ran, Tales of Hobbman, Forbidden Games, Kind Hearts and Coronets, Murmur of the Heart, La Comme Lucienne. I think those are out of print. Fallen Idol, Pandora's Box, Army of Shadows, Two of Us. So at least 12. I think that's why they just recently released. Why Criterion just recently reissued Au revoir les enfants, because they were able to get the rights to that one, or they're able to retain the rights to that one. I'm going to just confirm on Criterion's site real quick. Oh, no, okay, so they still own... Okay, so they still do have... so they still can get Murmur of the Heart. Okay, well, that's funny. I wonder why that is. I wonder why... I thought it said it was out of print. Oh, okay, so it's the collector's set. The collector's set is out of print, with with the supplements on it. That one is with all 4 discs. That's out of print, but all 3 movies you can still order separately. So that mystery is solved. So that means it's like 10 probably. Not a bad number. Again, some great movies that are out of print. I want Ran. I really want The Fallen Idol. I really want Kind Hearts and Coronets. Oh God, Kind Hearts and Coronets. So yeah. A lot of good movies, a couple of good movies that are out of print that I really want to get. Prices aren't too bad. I checked on Kind Hearts and Coronets, that's like $20, I think. But again, you got to find a good copy though. So anyway, what else did we see? One of the big things that we saw this season from between 301 to 400 is A Canterbury Tale was the last spine number released with the Line of Doom, if you will, the Criterion collection, with the line, the byline, or whatever you call it. Because Eric Romero's Six Mortal Tales was the first movie with the Sea of Doom, the spinning sea that we all know and love nowadays. And so that was interesting to see that transition. And it sort of feels a lot different too. It feels like we are in another phase of Criterion right now. As if, because everything's so uniform, now. It's like the details are all on the same side in the same font. The left side, everything's, there's a thing. It's like with the original, with the second phase, sometimes they put the stats on the right side, the top, the bottom, the left side, anything went, and I don't know, I just feel like the art has become a little more homegrown and not as, not taking it straight from the movie. A lot of people are drawing or like creating art for it, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not crazy about it myself. But yeah, so anyway, outside of that, so that was something else. What else did we see? We started working on the Eclipse series with my dear friend, the Eclipser, who will be back soon. There's still plenty more of those. I was excited to get started on those because, the whole aspect of watching a movie with no supplements was really cool. I thought it was really neat, and I would see some of the movies, and some of the movies that they're on, the Eclipsers has told me that they're really, really good, and he's gonna buy a lot of them. It's like, just don't come asking me for money. I've already got enough money saving up for movies of my own. I'm slowly starting to have to add a whole bunch that I'm gonna pick up, sometime soon. And that's another thing. Yeah, come July, if time is right, I will definitely be back for a video showcase off the Barnes & Noble purchases I'll be picking if Barnes & Noble does their, I guess, so-called semi-annual Criterion Collection sale. I'll be picking up some, and that'll be good. That'll be good stuff. So yeah. So anyway, outside of that, I don't know what else to talk about. Again, a lot of good movies. There were some bad ones. There were some horrible ones, and we will discuss those soon. I'm hoping to do a worst 14 maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow, by the end of the weekend, we'll have one, either tomorrow or Saturday. We will have a worst 14. That is easy. That is done. I've already got the list. It's just a matter of making the video. But as far as the top 28, that one's going to take a little longer. Probably not till next week. I'm steadily trying to get all the DVDs that I need. Again, I've got some. I've bought some, since from the last sale. The one back in November, I picked up some, and I'm slowly starting to buy them all also online as well. I'm steadily, I think the next one I'm going to buy is actually not even one that we had. I'm getting the Yojimbo Sanjuro box set, and then actually I can tell you the next couple, because I'm buying them all in chronological order, sort of, for a project I'm working on right now. So yeah, sometime soon I'm getting a Yojimbo Sanjuro. Probably actually by the end of the month I'll probably pick that one up. I'm also going to get, the La Jetée Sans Soleil, and the documentaries of Louis Malle, the Eclipse series, as well as the Six Moral Tales, Youth of the Beast, Lord of the Flies, Onibaba, Samurai Spy, Sword of the Beast. We get to pick up the Rebel Samurai set too. Good ones. So those are some ones that I'm planning on picking up in the next few months in case we don't see each other, which we probably will. We more than likely will, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so I really don't know if there's anything else to talk about. I can't remember what I talked about in the last season. Again, great movies. I keep coming back to great movies. I think I don't want to talk about the best. I want to talk about the worst. Those will be in place. We saw a lot of dark movies. Movies like Naked and La Haine, and not a lot of comedies. Oh, there were some great comedies like Dazed and Confused, Kicking and Screaming, Metropolitan. Some other great comedies. To Shoot the Piano Player was a great one. Some musicals like Tales of Hoffman. Some documentaries like Coco Talking Gorilla, Harlan County, USA. Of course, the Paul Robeson one, and some other good ones. Some gritty crime dramas, thanks to Jules Dassin with Naked City, Brute Force. Even Ace in the Hole is kind of gritty. Yeah, some really weird, mysterious, even spooky horror-ish films like The Face of Another and Jigoku and Ugetsu. Equinox, of course, the Monsters and Mad Men set as well. A lot of trippy, freaky movies like that. And yeah, and that's some yeah. So again, great movies. What do you guys say? What else can you say about this? So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Again, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate all your comments, and I try to respond to everyone I can. Especially if you ask me a question and you give me a chance to respond. If you just leave a comment, it's hard to sometimes just say thanks for your comment. And it's And the other thing is, it seems to be okay right now, but YouTube's been kind of screwing up with the whole like commenting back. Like I'll try to comment back. Somebody else say comment not able to post or something, comment not posted, and I'll have to refresh the video and then type the comment in again, and then it'll post. It seems to work okay now, so I'll try to respond more to all your texts or all your comments. But another thing, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, and this was I should have made this a bigger announcement, but I have decided to go with AdSense on this page. I realize that is basically that is not the want of this channel. That was not the priority. However, Josh, my brother, said, you could be making a little money if you run ads, and so I have decided to run ads on any videos that I don't use music to. So Stranger Than Paradise is doesn't have any because I put a spell on you. And so and so I have to go through a couple, like La N. I can't use La N. There's a couple others I used soundtracks to. But anyway, so yeah, I want to apologize to you. I know I hate ads. I hate ads before videos too. Especially if it's like a low budget thing like this. It's just me sitting in front of my computer webcam, talking to you guys for however long. Why should you see an ad for something really professional and really good, So apologies, there are ways around it. Just saying, there are ways you can not have to see them. You don't have to watch the ads, But anything helps, just if I can do these and make a little revenue, hey, especially after certain movies that we've seen that I spent a half hour rambling about. Okay? All of that should be revenued. Oh yes. Anyway, so yeah, that's the size of this channel right now, and that's the size of this video, and that's the size of this season. So anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Thank you all for tuning in this whole season. I'm hoping next season will be another fantastic one. But again, looking forward. I mentioned at the end of Stranger Than Paradise, a lot of movies I'm not looking forward to. A lot of movies, a lot of directors, a lot of Godard. What the hell? I guess they're making up for only one Godard this film. Only, and then, there's one Bergman. But Bergman, I've kind of made my peace with Bergman. We'll see. If he makes a good movie, I'll say it. If he makes a bad movie, I'll say it too. Godard, when Godard makes a movie, I'll tell you it's bad. When Buñuel makes a shitty movie, and he does, and there's I think 3 or 4 of them in the Criterion, from 400 to 401 to 500. Yeah, 402 is Buñuel. Milky Way, Exterminating Angel, Simon of the Desert. Yeah, so there's 3. That's 3 too many. That's 4 too many. All honesty. Yeah. So anyway, not looking forward too much to. There's some movies again we're looking forward to next season, like Golden Age of Television. Looking forward to that one and a couple others. So Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon for coming up next, probably tomorrow or Saturday is the we'll do the worst 14, the bottom, the lowest of the low, the crappiest of the crap, and then top 28 next week hopefully, and that'll be it. And then maybe we'll see you next month. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and until then, goodbye.